What's up? What's up? What's up? Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Um, it is your girl, Pastor Courage Molina. Y'all know I am coming to you live from Florida, Newport Beach, Florida. It's very warm in this house. Um, yeah, I don't have my glasses. It's just we gonna make it do what it do. This is the epitome of like doing it. You just gotta do the thing. Okay. We have been reading. Um, Hey, Laverta. Hey, Miss Dorothy. We have been reading um, daily through the Word, and I say daily, even though like we haven't been doing it on the weekend. But I decided just this morning that we're gonna just do Monday through Friday, because here's the thing: like I would love to for us together to get through reading in the through the Bible in a year. But in order for that to happen, I would have to be working on days I don't work by reading it with y'all here. You know what I'm saying? So I read it on my own. You know, like I don't take work. I don't take days off. I'm not suggesting that you take days off, but I'm saying our reading together is going to have to be Monday through Friday. Um, and then the weekend will take off, and we'll see what that looks like for this holiday weekend. I think that tomorrow's probably going to be the last day this week that I read. So Thursday and Friday, I'll be taking off, and then we'll start up again on Monday. But I'm not going to skip. We'll just start right where we are. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I just pulled this hair up because it's hot. I washed his face. I ain't brushed my lashes. I ain't did put a little lip gloss on. I don't even think I moisturized, and I definitely did not put any lotion on. So if y'all see my elbows, don't judge me. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, I got up to plug this in. Child, um, when I say it's hot in this house, it is first of all, oh, this is such a short cord. That's because that's not the right one. It is not that cold outside. These people got the heat on. Oh, Jesus. This is what happens when you stay with old people. That's what happens. Okay, it's hot in here. For wood, it's so hot, bro. Shoot. You know, you forget what it's like to be down here in Florida. It's hot. That's what it's like. It's like a sauna. It's like a sauna in here. Right here. I got my little fan. It's cool though. You know what I'm saying? It's cool though. Thank you. Thank you. Y'all know these are Olivia Hayward. Check her out. OliviaHayward.com. Y'all see it. All right, so we are reading. Let's get to this reading. We are reading today. First of all, my legs sweating. I got shorts on. Okay, let me put some cloth down on this leather seat. Okay, I know it's a lot happening this morning. This is your first time. This is the first video you ever watched. I'm telling you, it ain't always like this, but we need grace this morning. I need a little grace this morning. Oh, my child. I need a little grace this morning. Hold on. Mike has now texted me under your dad's sink. Whew. All right. Let's get into this. We're going to read chapters 32 through 34 this morning from the NLT. So Job has had his final protest of innocence. Elihu responds to Job's friends. Well, I don't know who Elihu is. This is why studying is so important, because we just reading. So I don't know who that is, but I would probably go and check if we were studying, if this were Bible study, if I was studying this, I would go and check. If I'm not studying it, which I'm not, I would probably write it down in a notebook for me to find out who he is. I might write it in the margin. I might circle his name, highlight, so I can find out who he is. Okay. Elihu's responds to Job's friends. Job's three friends refused to reply further to him because he kept insisting on his innocence. Oh, they're about to tell us who he is. Here we go. Then Elihu, son of Barakel, the Buzite of the clan of Ram, became angry. He was angry because Job refused to admit that he had sinned. What? I thought he was going to say something good. To admit that he had sinned and that God was right in punishing him. He was also angry with Job's three friends, for they made God appear to be wrong by their inability to answer Job's arguments. Elihu had waited for the others to speak to Job because they were older than he. But when he saw that they had no further reply, he spoke out angrily. Elihu, son of Barkel the Buzite, said, I am young and you are old, so I held back from telling you what I think. These young bloods think they know. So I held back from telling you what I think. I thought those who are older should speak, for wisdom comes with age. But there is a spirit within people, the breath of the Almighty within them, that makes them intelligent. Sometimes the elders are not wise. Sometimes the aged do not understand justice. So listen to me and let me tell you what I think. I'm going to keep reading. I have waited all this time, listening very carefully to your arguments, listening to you grope for words. I have listened, but not one of you has refuted Job or answered his arguments. And don't tell me he is too wise for us. Only God can convince him. If Job had been arguing with me, I would not answer with your kind of logic. You sit there baffled with nothing more to say. Should I continue to wait now that you are silent? Must I also remain silent? No, I will say my piece. I will speak my mind, for I am full of pent-up words, and the spirit within me urges me on. I am like a cask of wine without a vent, like a newly wineskin ready to burst. I must speak to find relief, so let me give my answers. I won't play favorites or try to flatter anyone, for if I tried flattery, my creator would soon destroy me. Here's the thing, right? It's always like this. And I think that's what makes it difficult for us, the living, as we are living out this life. It's that some of what he's saying is true, right? There is a spirit within people, the breath of the Almighty within them that makes them intelligent. And it is true that sometimes the elders are not wise. And sometimes it is true that sometimes the aged do not understand justice, right? Sometimes that is true, right? Sometimes that's the whole thing. It's like some of this is true what they're saying, but they still got it wrong. How do you know that you could be speaking the facts? You could be saying something that's true and you still are getting it wrong. That's the beautiful part about checking with God, because when I look for myself, when I look at the facts, when I look at the evidence, when I look at what happened, I can look and say, okay, Job is to blame. Okay, my spouse is to blame. Okay, I'm to blame. Okay, this person did it. That person did it. But sometimes when you're looking at the evidence, you can still get it wrong. Why? Because we don't know everything. We can know some things. The word of God says we will know in part. We will interpret in part. We will prophesy in part. We cannot know everything. We're not going to know everything. And I don't mean that there are going to be loads of things out there that we don't know anything about. I mean, even the stuff you think you know about, you don't know all about it. Even though you think you know a person, you don't know all about them. Even though you think you know a situation, you don't know all about the situation, because you have some of the details and some of the facts, and maybe you were there as a witness. It doesn't mean that you know everything. This is a beautiful thing. This is why I have a very strong Mind My Business ministry. My Mind My Business ministry is so strong. Do you know why? Because there will be an accounting for the words that I say. There will be, and we're going to see this in the word in a second, but there will be an accounting for the words that you say. There will be an accounting for the judgment that you give. There will be an accounting. He's not saying don't judge because you don't know what you're talking about. He's saying don't judge because the same measure that you use to judge will be used against you. That means if you use your natural eyes to judge a situation, okay, well, we're going to use that to judge your situation. You know what I'm saying? You have got to check with the Spirit of God, even when you think you have all the facts. And then I would check with the Spirit of God again, and the third time, because sometimes you think it's the Spirit, but it ain't him. It's just yourself. It's just your thoughts. It's just your emotions. Sometimes you think it's the Spirit of God. That's why it's so important for us to be able to get in the Word of God, to have conversations. Everything don't have to be done right away. Like some things you can wait on before you speak. Sometimes you can hold. I was in a situation where I was ready to speak, and the Lord was like, "Be quiet." I was like, "Okay, I can't say that." He's like, "You can't say that." I was like, "Well, I'm sitting right here. I saw it. I heard it." He like, "Don't say nothing." I'm like, "Okay, okay, cool." So here he goes with his case against Job. Yes, Natasha, it is just like he is on trial. Mm. Isn't it crazy how the things that we go through, how the things that we experience, circumstances and situations that people around us, people who love us, our friends, family, will use those very things to put us on trial? Well, she must have been. Well, he must have been. Well, they must have been, because if they weren't doing XYZ and ABC, then they wouldn't be going through that. Why they dealing with that? Well, they must have. Well, he must have. Well, she must have. Well, they must, like, we get to that because we see what somebody is going through. Somebody's going through a difficult situation and it's been going on for a long time. We believe they did it to themselves. They must have contributed somehow. We want to know how they've contributed. And part of it is not so much about us wanting to be judgy. Part of it is, I hope they did something to bring this on themselves, because if they didn't, that means that even I am not safe. Even I might have to go through something. Well, guess what? You might as well get ready, because you're going to have to go through something. Why? The word of God says, in this world, we will have trouble. Chapter 33. Listen to my words, Job. Pay attention to what I have to say. Now that I have begun to speak, let me continue. I speak with all sincerity. I speak the truth for good intentions. I speak with all sincerity. It's cool. I speak the truth, for the Spirit of God has made me, and the breath of the Almighty gives me life. Answer me if you can. Make your case and take your stand. Look, you and I both belong to God. I too was formed from clay, so you don't need to be afraid of me. I won't come down hard on you. You have spoken in my hearing, and I have heard your very words. You said, I am pure, I am without sin, I am innocent, I have no guilt. God is picking a quarrel with me, and he considers me his enemy. He puts my feet in the stocks and watches my every move. But you are wrong, and I will show you why. For God is greater than any human being. Here comes the part where it's like some of it is right, but you still got it wrong. For God is greater than any human being. So why are you bringing a charge against him? Why say he does not respond to people's complaints? For God speaks again and again. Why you said that? Because when I prayed, I got confirmation. Why you said that? Because when I fasted, I got confirmation. So you must not be fasting. For God speaks again and again. Though people do not recognize it, he speaks in dreams and visions of the night, when deep sleep falls on people as they lie in their beds. He whispers in their ears and terrifies them with warnings. He makes them turn from doing wrong. He keeps them from pride. He protects them from the grave, from crossing over the river of death. Or God disciplines people with pain on their sick beds, with ceaseless aching in their bones. They lose their appetite for even the most delicious food. Their flesh wastes away and their bones stick out. They are at death's door. The angels of death wait for them. But if an angel from heaven appears, a special messenger to intercede for a person, and declares that he is upright, he will be gracious and say, rescue him from the grave, for I have found a ransom for his life. Then his body will become as healthy as a child's, firm and youthful again. When he prays to God, he will be accepted, and God will receive him with joy and restore him to good standing. He will declare to his friends, I sinned and twisted the truth, but it was not worth it. God rescued me from the grave, and now my life is filled with light. Yes, God does these things again and again for people. He rescues them from the grave so they may enjoy the light of life. Mark this well, Job. Listen to me, for I have more to say. But if you have anything to say, go ahead, speak, for I am anxious to see you justified. But if not, then listen to me. Keep silent, and I will teach you wisdom. The judgment here is just insane, boy. This type of judgment. He continues in chapter 34. Elihu accuses Job of arrogance. Then Elihu said, "Listen to me, you wise men. Pay attention, you who have knowledge." Job said, "The ear tests the word it hears, just as the mouth distinguishes between foods. So let us discern for ourselves what is right. Let us learn together what is good." For Job also said, "I am innocent, but God has taken away my rights. I am innocent, but they call me a liar. My suffering is incurable, though I have not sinned. Tell me, has there ever been a man like Job with his thirst for irreverent talk?" Dang. He chooses evil people as companions. First of all, he's talking about this man his entire life, what he has done. He is talking about this man's character. He's talking about his friends, that the people he hang out with is evil. So much judgment based on what? We know it's not based on insight from God. We know that he thinks he's right in his own eyes, which is what the word of God tells us. A man thinks he's right in his own eyes. Sometimes you think you're right, but you're wrong. Sometimes you believe something to be true about a person because of something they did, something they've been through, something they've struggling with, because of a certain situation, because of a certain circumstance. You think you are right about them because what you've seen, but you are wrong. We know for a fact he is wrong. It has happened time and time again. Somebody misjudged you. And sometimes you're the one who misjudging. You think you know a person, but you are wrong. You can decide not to be in close relationship with them. You can decide that they're not the right people to be in your circle, that you don't want to be friends with them because of how you feel about them, right? But we cannot be sitting in a place where we are judging people and talking about they are evil and they are this. I know people say this. I mean, I get it. I understand that there are people who do bad things and wrong things. But this is not what he's talking about. He's not talking about what Job did. Do you understand the difference? He is not talking about what he witnessed. Make me go back to Job chapter 1. There was once a man named Job who lived in the land of Uz. He was blameless. Verse 1. There once was a man named Job who lived in the land of Uz. He was blameless, a man of complete integrity. He feared God and stayed away from evil. Stop. So this is not, you already know this judgment is not based on what they saw him do. They didn't hear him lie. They didn't see him steal. Nobody witnessed him being mean to widows and not taking care and taking advantage of. Didn't nobody witness that, right? What they did is say, oh, he going through all of this. He must have done something wrong. The circumstance is the proof. The situation he's in is the proof. The trial that he's going through is the proof. The trouble that he's facing, his challenges, that's the proof that he must have done something wrong. And guess what? They got it wrong. He was a man who was blameless, a man of integrity. You judging somebody based on the things that they are experiencing. You're allowing somebody to speak death and sin over you because of what you are going through, because your money kind of funny. You're allowing people to tell you that you didn't hear God when he told you to make that move or make that pivot. Because you are struggling in your marriage, you're allowing for people to say things to you about what type of woman you were, what type of wife you were, what type of husband you were, because of what your marriage is going through, because of what's happening in your life with your relationships. You're allowing people to say, well, it must have been you, because they're saying that based on what? Not based on their experience with you. They're saying that based on what you're going through. You better shut those people down. You don't know me. You do not know me. All you know is what I'm going through. So what I would suggest you do is put the shut to the up, or talk about me to somebody else. Do not talk to me about what you do not know. Okay? That's what they're doing right here. That's what he's doing. He's talking about all these things. We know that what he thinks, we know what all the friends think, and what this young dude thinks about Job. We know it's not true. The problem with life, though, here's the problem with life. The problem with life is there's no way for you to know what's going on in a person's life. And we just do not want to give people the benefit of the doubt. This happened. Well, it must be because of that. This happened. That happened. Well, it must be because of XYC and ABZ, right? It must be because of those DFG. It must be LMNOP. No, you don't know. Verse 10, listen to me, you who have understanding. Everyone knows that God doesn't sin. The Almighty can do no wrong. He repays people according to their deeds. He treats people as they deserve. Truly, God will not do wrong. The Almighty will not twist justice. Did someone else put the world in his care? Who set the whole world in place? If God were to take back his spirit and withdraw his breath, all life would cease and humanity would turn again to dust. You see what I'm saying? Some of what he's saying is right, but he's still getting it wrong. Now, listen to me if you are wise. Pay attention to what I say. Could God govern if he hated justice? Are you going to condemn the Almighty Judge? For he says to kings, you are wicked, and to nobles, you are unjust. He does not care how great a person may be, and he pays no more attention to the rich than to the poor. He made them all. In a moment, they'll die. In a moment, they die. In the middle of the night, they pass away. The mighty are removed without human hands. For God watches how people live. He sees everything they do. No darkness is thick enough to hide the wicked from his eyes. We don't set the time when we will come before God in judgment. He brings the mighty to ruin without asking anyone, and he sets up others in their place. He knows what they do. And in the night, he overturns and destroys them. He strikes them down because they are wicked, doing it openly for all to see. For they turned away from following him. They have no respect for any of his ways. They cause the poor to cry out, catching God's attention. He hears the cries of the needy. But if he chooses to remain quiet, who can criticize him? When he hides his face, no one can find him, whether an individual or a nation. He prevents the godless from ruling so they cannot be a snare to the people. Why don't people say to God, I have sinned, but I will sin no more? Or I don't know what evil I have done. Tell me if I have done wrong. I will stop at once. Must God tailor his justice to your demands? But you have rejected him. The choice is yours, not mine. Go ahead, share your wisdom with us. After all, bright people will tell me, and wise people will hear me say, Job speaks out of ignorance. His words lack insight. Job, you deserve the maximum, Jesus, penalty for the wicked way you have talked, for you have added rebellion to your sin. You show no respect, and you speak many angry words against God. I don't know how y'all don't be wanting to read this word. Do you know what I'm saying? I don't know how. I don't know how y'all don't be wanting to read this word. How? It's so good. It's just good. That's it. 34, 31, 32, 33, 34, 32 to 34 today. So good. Man. So much, listen, first of all, so much application. Y'all know that I the way I teach Bible study, right, in my community is that when you are studying a situation, let's say we studied, that verse 32. Let's say we studied that, chapters 32 through 34. Let's say that's what we studied, right? I would tell you to put yourself in everyone's position, right? So as I'm reading what people are saying, I know that when we read, we always put ourselves in the position of the main character, or if the main character, right, of what we're reading is a bad guy, not doing what God has called them to do or not following God, then one of the things we'll do is we will look at them from the outside and we will still put ourselves in the position or see ourselves from the place of the victim, the person who is being mistreated. And I think that's important because there's a lesson for those of you who are allowing people to talk to you crazy, who are allowing what people say about you and what they believe to be true about you because of the situation that you're in. It's a lesson in that for you. But I'm here to tell you, you're not always the victim. So when you're done reading it from the perspective of the one who's being mistreated, I want you to then go back and read it as the one who is doing the mistreating, the one who is doing the judging, the one who is doing all the trash talking, the one who's making all the assumptions. Because just like sometimes somebody is talking about you and they have this negative stance towards you, the same is true for you. You have that negative stance towards somebody. And this is not just about you being encouraged and you feeling good about how people are treating you. This is also about you getting your life right. This is also about you becoming more like Christ. And that means that you have to not just read the Bible, you have to allow the Bible to read you. You can't just study it. You have to allow it to study you, to open you up, to open up your patterns and your ways of thinking. The last conversation you had, the last thought that you had about somebody else. When was the last time you were making a judgment about somebody, something that they did, what you think they should have done or how they should have done it? Whether it was how they handled you or how they handled somebody else or how they handled a situation at work or how they handling their money or when was the last time you stood in judgment or were making comments about what somebody said? Ain't none of us immune to that, myself included. So anytime I'm studying, yes, I get that it's so easy for us to identify with the one who's been mistreated because we ourselves have been mistreated. But you cannot stop there, woman of God, man of God. That's not helpful. It does not help you to grow and be more like Christ for you to always be the hero and always be the victim. Sometimes you're the villain. Sometimes you're the villain in somebody's story. Sometimes you're the one issuing judgment. Sometimes you're the one being messy. Sometimes you're the one being negative. And if I read my Bible, if I'm studying my Bible every day, all the time, right? I don't mean all day long. I just mean if that is my lifestyle, then every day I'm reminded of the areas that I need to make some change and I can apply that word to my life. If I'm studying my Bible daily, that means I can take some application from this and I can apply it to my life. Now, listen, the class is closed, but I want to tell y'all this. All of the Bible study guides, the digital Bible study guides. Oh, let me get this right. CourageMolina.org/shop. All of the digital Bible study guides at CourageMolina.org/shop. All of them. Every single digital Bible study guide that I have up there, even the Passion and Purpose Planner, which is not a Bible study guide. But even that, they're all on sale, 75% off everything. If you can't find yours, if you don't know where it's at, if there's some that you missed, go and just look at all of them. If you couldn't find them, if you wanted them, go. They're all 75% off. You have to use the coupon code VAULT, VAULT. Use the coupon code VAULT at checkout. And that's going to get you 75% off. This is the Black Friday sale that started 2 weeks ago because Sandra Ocasio was like, why make them wait? Let them get in, right? Let them get it right now. So you didn't get into Courageous Discipleship. That's fine. Maybe it wasn't the right time for you. Maybe you couldn't afford it. That does not mean that the Lord is not telling you to be intentional about your growth. That's not what that means. It means that you got to do better with what you have, that you might need to get some structure in place, especially if you were thinking about it, especially if you wanted to enroll in it. If you were thinking, oh, if it was $5, I would enroll. If it was free, I would enroll. If that's what you were thinking, here's the free content right here. This is the free content. Here's the very low price content. A lot of those Bible study guides, I preach sermon series through, and they are all available on YouTube. All of them. If I preach, let me not say they're all available on YouTube. All of the ones from what year is this? From 2022. All of the ones from this year, 2022. So that's going to be the Gospels and the Miracles. Gospels and Miracles. If it's a gospel, I think we started with John. We went all the way through Mark. And then we finished out the year with the miracles of Jesus. There is a sermon I have preached from every single chapter, okay? from the Gospels. So even if those were the only ones that you got, but what I'm telling you is they're 75% off. That means you can get some of them. That means you can get, a 20-week study for $7, for $8. It's only 52 weeks in the year. Do you know what I'm saying? And sometimes, real talk, you might need to go through it a little bit faster because you're going through a season. You got a season that you're going through. You need a little bit more time in the word than you've been putting in. You need a little bit more time than them 15 minutes. Right now, you're in the season where you need a little bit more time than that 20 minutes you've been putting in. Some of y'all need a little bit more time than that hour because you are going through a difficult season. And that does not mean for me to spend less time in the word. It means for me to spend more time in the word. Me, I don't know about you, but for me, certainly. If you're going through something, that means you need more of the Lord, not less of him. So you can go to couragemolina.org/shop. You can get any and all of the digital downloads for 75% off. And I think the most expensive ones on there are $35. And it's a bundle. I think the $35 ones were when we started bundling them. Some of them on there are $10, $20. You can get them all. Anyone you don't have, you can't find, you don't know where it's at, you can get it for 75% off. Just go to couragemolina.org/shop, put in the coupon code VAULT, and you can get all of those digital downloads, 75% off. That's going to provide you with structure. You'll still need a student Bible, right? You'll still need like some type of study Bible, and you will still need to make some structure and some time that you're going to read it. But at least you have some support. You have some guidance. And it's not like other Bible study guides. I'm going to tell you that right now. It's not like other Bible study guides. Because if you know me, then you know the call on my life is not just be coming on here preaching and teaching and giving you a word so that you can be encouraged. It is the call on my life is for me to equip you. I need you to be equipped in interpreting and hearing from God in the word. And if I give you all of it, if I give you all my insight in the Bible study guide, the guide is to do just that, guide you through what you need to be looking for, what you need to be looking at. It's not to tell you, give you all the answers. And if you're in the community, if you're in the Bold Faith Community Church community on Facebook, then you can post in there and get connected to women in there. Right? I don't want you to think that, and I never said this, I don't want you to think that if you can't afford to get into Courageous Discipleship, the program or the membership, then that means that I still don't have a way to serve you if you feel like you've been, brought here for me to teach and mentor you. That's not what that means. It means you got to do more of the heavy lifting. It means that it's not going to be step by step, that it's going to be longer and slower, but sometimes long and slow is the best I got. I would love to do it that way, but I can't afford to do it that way. So I got to do it slow. I got to do it the slow way. I'm going to still make progress though. I'm going to still be committed though. Real talk. Some of y'all ain't committed for $6. You saying you're not growing in your faith because you can't afford a $3,200 program. You saying you can't grow. You need to be in Courageous Discipleship. You got something you ain't using. Listen, let me tell you something. There ain't a program that I can't afford that's going to stop me from growing. That's not a thing. Absolutely not. I'm going to read the books. If I got to read 50 books for something somebody could have told me in an hour, but I couldn't afford an hour of their time, well, I'm going to read the 50 books then. It's the inconsistency. It's the lack of structure. It's the lack of commitment and investment. It's like, oh, I know I should be. It's because sometimes I don't really want to study my Bible. I just know that I'm supposed to. So I'm going to read a quick devotional so I feel good. I got a good feeling from the devotional that I read. But you're no more equipped than you were before you read the devotional. You just encouraged. You're no more trained than you were before you watched the sermon. You just encouraged. You're no more equipped right now. You just feel good. It was a good word and you feel good because we got a good word. I get excited about reading the Bible. I'm not more equipped if I don't do something with it, if I don't get a revelation from it. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes we got to go past that. And you ain't got to buy everything. You could be like, you know what? I couldn't get in Courageous Discipleship, but I'm gonna be a courageous disciple anyway. And I'm gonna get a Bible study guide for $6. Some of y'all paying more. Like, come on. Somebody came through. She bought every single Bible study got on there. And I think it was still less than $100. I think she bought every Bible study on there. She bought the bundles. If it was a bundle, she paid attention. If it was a bundle, she got the bundle. And if it was singles, she didn't buy the singles if it was available in the bundle. So I think she got all of them for under $100. And the crazy thing about that is she's still enrolled in Courageous Discipleship. She's still enrolled in Courageous Discipleship. She's like, I just want to have them, though. I just want to have them, though. Do you know what I'm saying? I just want them. I just want to have them so I can use them, when things you can get it for 25%, man. They 75% off. It ain't the money. We love to say, well, these people out here charging $1,500, $3,000. No, friend, it's some stuff out here that's free. Real talk, you can go to my website, couragemolina.org, and there's a free Bible study guide on there. I don't think it's got but like 5 days. It's a bold journal, but I think it's probably got like 5 or 6 verses. You can get on there and get that. But sometimes we got to go past free. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes. But when I can't afford to, it ain't the money that's keeping me from it. It's not because the program is $3,000 that you can't do it. It's not because you didn't have the $2,000 to enroll. That ain't it. That's not why you not growing in your faith the way you want. It's because you ain't using what you got. You're not committed to it. So maybe you need structure and you need community. Maybe you need accountability. Buy a Bible study guide for you and your homegirl, and maybe y'all can meet every week. You know what I'm saying? I did the best I had with I did the best I could with what I had until I had more. I did okay, I can't. How much is that? That's $100. Well, I ain't got $100, but I'm gonna get this $10 Bible study guide right here. And I'm gonna use this $100 Bible I got. And I'm gonna do some Googling to see if anybody preached on this so I can get a greater understanding. It requires a little bit of work when it's not, you know what I'm saying, packaged for you. But there ain't nothing that somebody's, selling as a coach, as a mentor, there ain't nothing that we out here selling that you couldn't get on your own somewhere. It's not going to be as fast. There is going to be more. It is going to be a learning curve. You are going to have to be super, all of those things are true. That is all very true. But it's like there's no meal I can have at a restaurant that I couldn't get the stuff and cook on my own. It might not be as good. It might not be as fast. It might not even be as cost effective. Because maybe the meal will cost me $15, but going somewhere to get all the pieces for it might cost me more than that. It's certainly going to cost me more in my time. Right? Maybe I don't have the right equipment to do it. Maybe I don't have the recipe, so now I got to go out here and reverse engineer the recipe. But there ain't no meals being cooked out here in this world in restaurants that you can't get the things for and cook yourself. It's going to take you way longer. And that's how you really got to look at coaching and coaching programs. I don't care who the coach is. There ain't no coaching going on where they teaching something that's not available out here. Because how you think they got it? A lot of us got it in the mud. And because it took us so long to figure it out, we packaged it up so that we could accelerate your growth. Package it up so we can show you where you're going off track and where you missed the step and where you're going wrong. It's not that you can't do it by yourself. It's not that you can't do it, because we did it. They lied to y'all when they say you can't do it. No, you can't. I did. It took me years. And it might take you longer than it took me. Why? Because I got a skill set. So I might be able to see food in a restaurant, but he's got a gifting and a skill set for that. These earrings, everything these earrings made of, she had to buy them. You can buy them. She not Jesus. She didn't create these out of thin air. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? She got to go out. You could probably find a YouTube video to teach you. She probably got one, real talk, a YouTube video that'll teach you exactly how to do this. Is it going to look like this? Probably not. She's got a skill set. Is it going to take you a long time? It is. Are you going to mess up a lot? You are. But you can do it. Same thing is true with this faith walk. You missed out on Courageous Discipleship? Okay, cool. It'll be open again next year. 2024 is what I mean. I'm going to open it up at the end of 2023. The program, the membership will be opened up. I don't know when it'll be opened up. It's just not open right now. The membership will be opened up. But you know, until then, you could still have a plan to grow your faith for 2023. What I plan on studying, even if new things come up and I study additional stuff, I decide what I'm going to study for the year. Or I decide what I'm going to study for most of the year. I know in 2023, we're studying the book of Acts. Since I haven't studied it all, there are times where I regret telling y'all we're going to study that because I'll be like, this part is so hard. I didn't know this part was going to be so hard. I need to figure it out. I got to do X, Y, Z. But I know that's what I'm going to spend my time studying. And I know there are 28 chapters in the book of Acts. I know there are 28 chapters in the book of Acts. And I know that's what I'm teaching as a pastor. I know that's what I'm studying for myself as a church planner. And when I think about the things that I'm desperate for in this season, those are the things that I want to study. I know I'm going to definitely be studying marriages and marriage. I know that for a fact because your girl is going to have a Bible out here. I'm going to have a wife study Bible. Okay. It's coming. When? I don't know when. Whenever the Lord says. No, I don't have a deal. No, nobody's looking for me. I'm about to put y'all on game before I get off here. I ain't even got an agent. They don't even know I exist. Do you hear me? The people who have the power, right? And the influence to offer me the opportunity to create a Bible for wives, right? So I don't have, it's sitting on it. I was going to say I don't have my other Bible, but I do. But the laptop is sitting on it. This is the Life Application Study Bible. What does that mean? It means the Bible notes are going to be geared towards your life application. We have the MacArthur Study Bible. He is more exegesis in nature. And so whatever key verses, he's just breaking down and giving you more insight. When you look at the Leadership Bible, the John Maxwell Leadership Bible, Tony Evans got a Bible. Pastor Tony Evans, She Reads Truth. They have study Bibles. And what are the extra notes that are included in their study Bible? The extra notes that are included in their study Bible are the things to help you read the Bible more. There are Bible reading plans in there. That's what it is. And so Pastor Courage Molina is going to have a Bible, a study Bible for wives. The notes are going to be towards wives. Don't nobody know me, man. My platform is not in a place where anybody is looking for me, thinking about me. There ain't no conversations being had about me by name, right? Do you hear what I'm saying to you? But I know that in this season, even though ain't nobody knocking on my door, even though I'm not even close, just looking on the outside and the natural, I don't know, the Lord might do, I might wake up, I might log on and find out I went viral. Boom. Who knows, right? But I'm just saying, looking at the numbers, I'm trying to tell you, ain't nobody checking for me. But I know what I've been called to do. So I'm going to be ready. So I ain't got to get ready. When the publishing deal comes, I'll be like, oh, what y'all need? I got that. What else y'all need? Oh, yeah, I got that right here, too. This is my notes right here. What else y'all need? Oh, yeah, I got that. It's right here. Listen, Stephanie, what I know is they're not talking about me by name. They talking about me. They just don't know it's me. That's really what I meant. Real talk. I say that all the time. They are talking about me. They are looking for me. They just don't know me. They don't know it's me yet. They don't know my name is Courage Molina. They don't know the name of the woman they're talking about. They don't know the name. They don't know the identity of the person they are looking for, because they are definitely talking about me. They just don't know it's me, Stephanie. That's what I meant. You know me better. Thank you, though. Yes, I'm glad you said that, because that gave me an opportunity. Oh, no, they definitely talking about me. Yes, I mean, they're not talking about me by name. They talk about me. They just don't know it's me. They don't know my name yet. You feel me? That's what I'm saying. So I'm telling you that because you don't need to wait. Like, sometimes y'all are just waiting. I don't know what y'all be waiting for. Start preparing right now. Okay, I didn't get into courageous discipleship. Cool. What is going to be my plan to grow in my faith, to get equipped? What other things do I need to do? You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to get some Bible study guides, and I'm going to start working on being in my Bible an hour a day. I'm going to work through my guides an hour a day. And since they're 75% off, I don't know how many. Maybe I'm going to get 3. Maybe I'm going to get all of them, because I intend to be a student for my lifetime. And the reason, let me tell you this, they're going away. Just so you know, those Bible study guides, like, let me tell you this. Those, it's not that they're not going to be on sale. The reason the code is vault is because they are going away. They're not going to be available. Do you see what I'm saying? They're not going to be available. They're going away. We're going to be pulling them down. Go to couragemolina.org/shop. They will no longer be available. They are going in a vault. They'll be revised, redone, whatever, right? Maybe. Because this is what we're moving to. This is what I'm moving to as a brand, a Bible study journal, which is even, listen, now I'm giving y'all even less than a guide. I know. It's like your God already ain't barely had nothing in it. Now you want to give us a journal, and the journal is blank, friends, right? The journal is blank. It don't just say notes. Don't worry. It do have a lot of note pages, right? It's set up properly for you. This is not available yet. This is not available for you yet. But you see what I'm saying? It's got your background. This is for this is what the Bible study journal is going to look like for the book of Acts when we get ready to start in that. You guys will get this, because, or you don't have to actually, because it's the book method Bible study journal. So if you plan on studying the Bible, if you're part of the church, then yes. If we not your church, we just a ministry that you like to learn from because you got another church, that's cool too. But if you plan on saying like, okay, Pastor Courage is going to be teaching from the book of Acts, so that's what I'm going to study all year, or that's what I'm going to study right now. You don't have to do it over a year. I'm sure I won't take an entire year to study it myself. Then this is the type of journal you want, because it's for a complete book. Maybe you're not going to study the book of Acts. Maybe you're going to study Job after all these reading. You would still get this Bible study journal, because this is for the book method. This is the book method Bible study journal. So if my method of study, that's why Courageous Discipleship is so great. I know it's not open, but I'm still talking about it. That's why Courageous Discipleship is so great. Because a lot of times we're studying, but we don't really have a method. We don't know what the steps are. So if we get to a place and we want to study something that we haven't studied before, we don't really know how to do it. So the Bible study journals that I'm coming out with for 2023 and for the holiday season, they should be ready for the holiday season. The Bible study journals that I'm coming out with are ones that are going to support you, because every single year I think about, how can I support you to the end that I've been called to support you? And I'm not just called to preach and teach. Like, I love to preach. I love to teach. I love to read the Bible and talk to y'all about Bible. But I'm truly called to equip you. I'm here to teach you how to study. And I think it's cool for us to tell people to study their Bible, but I don't think it's cool that we don't provide them with the method or whatever to do so. So I don't keep secrets from y'all. I'm not like, oh, I'm teaching this in Courageous Discipleship and I'm not going to share it. Plus, I didn't create the book method. You can Google that. I didn't create that. I ain't keeping stuff from y'all. Oh, the Lord say they give freely. I give freely. I got over 300 videos on this dang channel. Over 300 videos on this channel. Child, please. Okay? Tons of free stuff. Tons. Okay? So I ain't keeping nothing from y'all. Courage discipleship is different. It's intense. It's, it's training. But I ain't keeping no secrets from y'all. Oh, I'm not going to tell you that. I'm sorry. I'm not going to tell you how to do the Bible. I'm not going to tell you that. You got to get in the community. You got to get in the... No, I'm not like that. You can get this. I don't know how much it's going to be. I got to see what the print is on it because they're going to be printed. There will be some, like you'll be able to download it if you want, but then you still got to get it printed unless you have like a Remarkable or a tablet, I guess. So it'll make it a little bit more cost effective for you because we are having these printed and they're not printed in China. So they're not cheap for the printing and they full color. You know what I'm saying? Why? Because I like for things to be pretty. I don't want to sell nothing I don't want to use. That's just what it is, okay? I don't want to sell nothing I don't want to use, and I don't want to use nothing ugly. I know that's very childish. I don't care, and I don't. I want it to be cute. I mean, I just want stuff to be cute. That's what I like. That's why I like to color. That's why my books on my shelf are organized by color, because I like for things to be cute, guys, okay? That's how the Bible study guide's going to be cute. All right. That's it. I love y'all. I'm not gonna read tomorrow. Tomorrow I start my vacation. I want to read to y'all tomorrow. Y'all see how I be acting? I don't know how to take no time off. I will see y'all on Saturday for church. I'll be back home. I'll see y'all Saturday for church. I do have some Black Friday stuff coming out. I could tell you what it is, but I don't really remember. Honest to God, I don't remember what it is. We decided on what it would be weeks ago. I know whatever it is, I'm gonna say this, whatever it is, it's all digital. Whatever it is, it's whatever the deal is, it's about a DIY course or it's about something digital. It is nothing that I gotta package up and send to you. And it ain't nothing new. It's just an opportunity for you to get something that you should have been got a long time ago, but it's gonna be on sale. So I don't know what it is, but it's gonna be something like that. Something. I don't know what. I don't remember what it is. Okay. But it's a bundle of sorts. So go ahead, get those Bible study guides. I mean, I don't even know why you wouldn't at least go over there and look at them. They're 75% off. 75% off. You can have them forever. You know what I'm saying? You could do your own Bible study group. Maybe you've been through it. Okay, and then I'm going to go. Maybe you've been through Mark. Maybe you've been through John, but you've been thinking about starting a small group. You've been thinking about leading a life group, and you'd like to lead them through the Bible. Well, you don't have to be a Bible scholar or a Bible teacher. You just have to decide to be a leader. And that means that you're going to do the work even if nobody else does the work. It means that you are going to prepare before the week that you're going to have them in your home or online or however you're going to do it, right? Maybe you want to start a YouTube channel where you're teaching Bible. You can use the Bible. I mean, it's not stealing y'all because I ain't giving y'all nothing in there. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not giving you my insight. I'm giving you guidance. So I'm walking you through the steps so you can break that word down. You know what I'm saying? But you can get in there and do that. And that can be the content for your YouTube channel. You want to teach Bible. That's your content right there. Your insight, your take, your voice is different from mine. Right? And somebody's going to resonate with you. What do y'all only listen to me? No, y'all listen to a lot of people that teach Bible. So do I. So I say that to say, if you've been thinking about leading in that way, then this is definitely a great way to go. I'm about to send that in the dang email because I just thought of that. That's so good. That's fire right there. I would get them just for that reason. Because I think I might want to be a ministry leader. I think I might want to start a YouTube channel where I'm teaching. I think I might want to start IG where I'm teaching Bible a little bit, where I'm giving Bible tips or kind of devotional type things. If you go through that Bible study guide, those Bible study guides that I have, and you go through them and you break them down and you write it out, what you have is the foundation of a devotional. You could create a devotional. I'm putting y'all on game. Boy, I stay putting y'all on game. All right, I love y'all. I'll see y'all later. I'll be sliding in y'all email here in a second to remind y'all about this. Like this video if you haven't liked it yet. And be sure to share this. Share this YouTube channel with somebody. We're really trying to get the church's YouTube channel monetized before the new year. I think we need like 300 and some change subscribers. So share, like, comment, so that people will find it and so that YouTube will tell them, oh my gosh, this is great content. Let me suggest this to somebody. You know what I'm saying? All right, love y'all. Later.